this is really serious business for North. This is incredible. For Complexity, it's about showing just why, you know, they qualified for the tournament, obviously, so let's see how far they can go, how much they can do. I still sort of doubt that they could beat North on this map, but I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt here. They're going to be playing on the T side again, and if they can just win some of these 2v2s, if they can continue to have Def play as well as he did yesterday, get the opening kills in some of these rounds, and Android, he was playing very well too. If those two players can continue and then the others can up their level by, you know, just 10, 20%, we could have an interesting game on our hands. I think Complexity, they weren't so miserable that you just could completely write them off and say, this is ridiculous. Like, North is not quite Astralis yet.
North is not quite Astralis, but they're still Danish top-tier team. They should still be able to do some work here. And it is going to be up to Complexity to show us more of their pistol rounds. They won both pistol rounds versus Astralis yesterday. And so, clearly on Nuke, they've got something. It's just that AZ made sure that Uber has nothing. He took from him everything, Anders. The headshot.
All 100 health, you're right. But they've managed to, again, sneak their way. When they played against Astralis, they all went up the ladder and into the A-bomb site. It was a really, really cool rotation this time. They're all over the place. They've scattered. And North, are they going to realize where the main attack is coming from? Def trying to see if he could sneak in here, but not quite catching anyone yet. Now they're going to go for the A-bomb site. Surreal picking up a kill on MSL. This is looking actually decent for Complexity. They might be able to do this, but the bomb, oh, it's going to get denied. The plant is stopped, and now with 28 seconds, it's just Android in a 1-on-2. He can't even pick up the bomb and run down to the B-bomb site because that's where the other North player is halting. He's trying for a bit, but he spots the face. Oh no, this is silly.
Peekaboo. He's going to just stick it though. You're going to have to do that, but he's caught in a sandwich, you're right. Still the man on a high. Cajun B's only got 9 HP, so he has to play off of his teammate. It's on config right now to play contact with Android, figure out where he's coming from.
Oh,
and Cajun will be support.
well.
Cajun kills himself. He actually fell off of heaven and killed himself. So that's huge. Now we're into a 1v1. Android gifted, but config with the late lurk is going to catch him off guard. And regardless, how does Cajun kill himself though?
Just have no idea. Psychological warfare, maybe? He did that, and Android was so horrified at what happened. He was like, what is going on? Just to throw him off. You know what the master play would have been? If they had timed it so that, you know, it was with the defuse, so it covered the sound of the defuse, the guy like cracking his shins as he falls to the ground.
Wait, how? What?
He wanted to obviously, he wanted to stop the fall jumping
yeah,
down.
that looked like he did it right too. How did he just randomly die?
I don't know.
That's bizarre.
Maybe he has like osteoporosis or something. Just legs couldn't handle it. I don't know. I have no idea. Ridiculous and silly way to get started. Honestly, I think it was a good round for Complexity. I think if they'd got the bomb down the first go-around, if it hadn't been denied, they would have had a really good chance. So I still think that was a pretty cool pistol round for Complexity. They managed to slow it down even after the first engagement and sort of sneak Def into Mini, so that was not a bad idea.
Uber knows somebody's above them on Hot now. There were some steps there from AZ, and AZ's still in position. The smoke not perfect. He's going to spray down two. Stops that bomb from getting planted. And right now, yeah, they're just running into the blender at this point for Complexity. They know that they don't have any Kevlar North, so they can really just have their way with them. Here, take this.
Yeah. Just almost handing it and closing the door. Can you just get the message already, Def? They're not interested. They just don't want you.
Def was actually the standout player for Complexity yesterday, though, versus Astralis. So that's something to keep in mind. We should be keeping an eye on him. A lot of eyes were on Surreal because he was going for the op. He didn't really do anything at all with it. So Def is probably Complexity's best chance. If they can count on him having a similar performance, at least you have something to work with.
Yeah, that may be literally the first time in a decade that we've had something positive to say about British Counter-Strike. But actually, I do think Def was worth highlighting. Yeah, getting entry kills against Astralis out in the yard, and not just one round, like doing it like 3 or 4 rounds or something, is not easy. So, yeah, definitely got to respect that. Third round is coming up, and North, they have stuck with quite a few SMGs, including that MP7 that's on MSL. Always questionable against the AKs. There's a bit of a spray coming in. Config goes down, and again, it is Def opening up. Absolutely love it.
Yep, holds his own, keeps his cool. I do like North trying to go for some of the aggression. 2 HP. Lucky devil. Because that should have been a kill, and that should have been North bringing it back to a 4-on-4. Now North, they're kind of in the dark. They're not really sure. Did they fall back? Are they going back towards lobby? You can see Megas trying to play it aggressive over towards ramp right now, trying to get that angle into trophy room to see if he can spot somebody out. Because they're operating on very little information now, North.
Plenty of time on the clock here, so they don't really have to rush anything. I think some grenades already being thrown in from the Sky windows. Def is down and out, but you had to expect that was coming. That means it's a 4-on-4, and they're trying to make their way through. Desi going to pick up the 1 kill, but MSL with the MP7, a triple spray down, and that's going to leave Uber alone. 1 versus 2 here. He's got 45 seconds. This is doable. One on each UMP, but he's up against Megas and Cajun both. That's a really tall order, and he's also weirdly sandwiched in here. He's going to try and go for a bit of a funny angle, and even if he hadn't been killed by Cajun, Megas was really close behind him as well, so I'm not quite sure how that would have worked out. Still, pretty good attempt. They do a lot of damage in that round. You know, that's down to a 1-on-2. Not really the end of the world complexity. They should be not excited, but they should be happy enough around like that, just doing the damage.
MSL looking fresh. He must have got a haircut yesterday or something. He's looking clean. You know, that could be something, right, that you get back into it. You have a rough first day. I always feel great after a haircut, Anders. You feel fresh, you feel revived, you're looking good, you know. Maybe that's a trick.
There's a massive spa in this hotel as well, you know. Just go there, get a massage, yeah. Why not? Go to the gym, whatever gets you quickened up and ready. I might go get a haircut later. I won't rule that out. So it's a good point you bring up.
Why not? Exactly.
Megas playing by the box down in ramp. Fairly safe position, can just fall back immediately if they try and rush him through the smoke, which it looks like they are. Not really so much of a rush, just sort of a wander, meandering through the smoke, confused, bewildered.
This is becoming one of Megas' signatures, though. He's really got that 1.6 spray kind of style. It's super sick. We saw it yesterday on Inferno as well versus Optic. I think he's probably one of the top players with like spray control, just pure spray control. Yeah. Megas is a beast when it comes to that.
Well, the transfer he had on Inferno was so ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
That was really, really impressive. And he's done a pretty good job here. Quad kill for him. Not too exciting. He was playing against unarmored targets, but it's still pretty good. He just makes sure that they don't lose really too much in that round. Complexity are going to be able to buy again, including 3 Molotovs. This is something that we were criticizing Complexity for yesterday when they played on Nuke, is whenever they tried to go for the A-bomb side, they would fail to sort of Molotov out some of the really important positions, and that left a lot of room for Astralis to play around with. So let's hope they do that this time.
This is one of my main gripes, you know, going on watching Complexity. If you're going to play bread and butter, you have to play perfect. Config gets taken down in the yard again trying to play aggro. So they are ready for that. Yeah, that's questionable, especially, I mean, because he had an SMG, basically. He's like, I got to get close quarters, I got to get close to be able to get some shots.
Oh.
Let's calm down a little bit here, Def. Wired a little tight, but there's the opening kill that's going to matter. Desi takes down Megas, and that opens up ramp now.
That was a ridiculous position for Config. You're right, Def was confused for a minute, but now they've got the kill. Uber Desi helping out. Surreal will be going down. This is where they need to win. They just had a 5 versus 3. They just need to close out this round. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything weird. Desi coming up with another big kill there. Finally. And obviously 1 versus 3. So Complexity, that's a really good sign. That's what we want to see from them.
Yeah, finally. This is where it comes down to information, right? You should know by now that Megas plays ramp. So you killing Megas at that point should indicate to you there's a big weakness here on the map in the defense. It took them quite a bit of time to actually start closing in and seeing, A, if they can catch out a rotator there. You just don't want to give time for the guys on A to work against you, like AZ did getting that kill. You know, that's what you don't want to allow to happen if you're Complexity at that point. So good job on them. They eventually made it to ramp, and they eventually closed the round. 4-1. North still in the lead on the CT side, but at least Complexity are on the board fairly early on here.
That's just a really good sign. The fact that they win the rifle round so early on. North have invested almost their entire bank into this round. At least 2 of the players are down to 0, AZ and MSL. So if Complexity can string another round in here, then they will put North in a really awkward position where they have to decide if they want to go for like a weird force-up or just give them a 3rd round maybe. So yeah, they're already knocking on the door. Megas closing ramp. He actually falls off the railing, so now he has to commit to it, and he does! The triple spray down! Commitment in full, and it really pays off. Oh no. Why wasn't he flashed when they came through that smoke?
That's a warm and fuzzy feeling. That for me, that's pure joy.
Oh God, Pronax, what have you done?
I mean, it's sick positioning from him as well. He's covered from the flash. He's got an angle on it. Like, and Megas, you know, you're gonna give him the chance to spray like that. He's just gonna wreck you. And now, well, it's down to Surreal, last man alive here in a 1v3. They're going to close in on him, North, and they have a real chance here, North, to just recover on that economy. You're right, you pointed it out. 2 players on $0 now. If 3 of them survive, this is going to be huge for North. They're going to be able to drop some rifles, and sure enough, it's going to happen. Cajun with that AWP chooses to go for the pistol. Maybe some misinformation there, assuming that the player, that Surreal, had taken more damage than he actually had because there was a risk. But now they can drop
Yeah.
guns, and they can stabilize here north, whereas Complexity just got rocked.
It's such a shame for Complexity's point of view because that was a round where they had a real chance to have a big impact here in the first half. Now they have to fight for it again, and they sort of have to fight to get back into that position where the CT economy is low, and they can maybe win the round and force the eco. That's what you want when you're playing on the T side of this map.
I mean, Android could drop an op for Surreal in the next round after this round of eco. Complexity right now just need to pray that they're going to get a bomb plant. They need that bonus 800 because most of their team are actually on 2,000, which is not really enough for a full buy. So that puts you in a position where you're going to go for a half buy, just have some grenades, and you know, it's more rounds on the board and more opportunities for North to generate economy, to generate money.
And Surreal did hit some pretty good AWP shots yesterday. He wasn't the most impactful player, but in the few rounds where he had it, they couldn't really afford it that much, but in the few rounds where he had the AWP, he actually got some shots in. So I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that's a reasonable thing to try and do here. Obviously, this round, as you said, just the bomb plant itself would be valuable for them, and that's really all they can hope for. They haven't really bought any tools to get the bomb plant, though. Just the pistols upgraded a bit.
They just need to give him time. That's my main gripe for Surreal, is that it never really felt like he had time to work with the op. If you're going to have the op, you have to give him space. Ooh. Nice shot from Android, though, with the Deke. Obliterates Config.
Took down Magisk as well. Those were just two incredibly quick shots. Now, if they can clear out this whole site and get the bomb down, that'd be huge. AZ takes down Uber. So even in a 3-on-3 here, it's not looking great for Complexity, and they are also slowly running out of time. So Real will be going down. Cajun still making it work with the AWP. Takes down Android as well, and I think the dream is pretty much gone here. This is 2 kills really big. That's really good job for Complexity. It's just a shame they couldn't get into the bomb site as well. That would have been the end of it there. Desi goes down, and North now at 6-1.
I'm curious to see when they're going to test the A defense again, however. Like, if you go for a half buy this round, well, it's not even going to happen. They're fully committing to it. So it's going to be rifles, but very low on nades. Surreal, he will have that op dropped for him. But, I mean, this is a very light buy. So this could be the rush kind of play. You go for a very quick control A, like just rush out onto A as fast as possible, behind the anti-rush nades, obviously, because North are fully equipped. But, like, I want to see them test that A defense again, because going B repeatedly, trying to get ramp control is just not really working for them at all here at Complexity.
It feels like Surreal wants to take the fight to Cajun outside, so it could be good if he could get that early frag in. It'd definitely help out. And Cajun is about to have Config walking out of Secret as well, so that's a really good backup if he gets pushed too much. Actually scary for Cajun falling back like that. Surreal is up there, and Config is going to realize and takes him out. No reply from anybody, and it's back to another point they were making yesterday. When you don't Molotov out the Secret stairwell there, that's going to happen.
You don't have the nades. When you don't have the nades, and now you have nothing going for you. You're out of utility. You've got 2 guys with AKs. You need to hit headshots. It's as simple as that. Desi's getting bodied right now. He's down to 16 HP, and they have yet to find a kill here, Complexity, in the round. But you're right. When you're lacking the nades, options, they're just not going to be there. Or at least the standard ways that you might have practiced. It's going to take it's going to take a certain level of creativity from you. There we go. Config just...
And what's so depressing about what just happened is that Surreal is up on the silo, but he's got like 3 or 4 people down on the main floor of the yard, and yet they can't help him. They can't do anything about Config in that position. They just have to say, well, yeah, you are getting shot at, but since we don't have the Molotovs or the smokes or anything to stop him, yeah, that's just going to happen.
No, I'm glad for Config at least. He's finally got a chance to get back into this game. He definitely had a bit of a slow start. We're getting into the 9th round now. North in the lead 7-1, and Config after that round, that puts him up on 5 kills. Cajun, however, is just continuing the form that we saw from him yesterday. He's definitely stepped up for North so far on these 2 days.
I'm quite excited that people are starting to use... We saw this yesterday for Astralis as well. Config is holding by that vent, and it seems like a stupid position because, you know, you're out in the open just on that rooftop, but actually if you're coming in from the yard, you really can't see people behind that vent. Maybe you could see the gun barrel. Again, the spray's coming through here. Magisk, again, they don't have armor, so still... pretty good stuff.
Still, what a beast. That's just hundreds of hours of muscle memory and just control coming in from Magisk there. That's hard work. That's hard work right there. If you need a demonstration of hard work, there it is.
Can he get the ace, though? They are right around the corner. Oh, Cajun's going to ruin it. He's also top fragging Cajun right now, so I guess we can give it to him. Actually, him and Meg is tied for 11 kills. And boom. There's the timeout for Complexity.
Okay, so we have the tech timeout. now, and it's a 2-minute timeout. One thing to note, guys, in case you're tuning in and you weren't able to watch yesterday, right? There is a set of different rules going on here. DreamHack have chosen to go with an older rule set, so it's a 2-minute timeout. You get 1 per map, and the coach can communicate at all times with the team. So we've kind of reverted back to the pre-major, pre-Valve ruling setup here as far as the rules are concerned. So that is something that you should be taking into account when it comes to certain teams. These two teams don't think that's such a big deal, although Rugga is very involved on the analysis side, on the strategy side with MSL. They're kind of like a tag team duo, so I'm sure Rugga's pretty happy that he gets to communicate.
I think especially with some of the younger players like Magisk and, I mean, Config, I think those are maybe the 2 ones, but to some extent Cajun as well, even though he's more experienced. I think Rugga just has the personality. I've talked to him a fair bit. He just has the personality of someone that can sort of cut through. If there's any kind of like bickering or anything, he's going to be able to cut through in that team and say, stop this.
He's great.
Yeah, he's very, very sort of, he has like that authority about him, you know, and that's good. That's really important. And it is a real struggle when you're the coach to have that. Not all coaches have managed to sort of get that. Even Astralis, I think, in the beginning were struggling with it. Sonic didn't necessarily have the sort of power in the team to really come through and say, look, this is what we're doing. It took a while for them to sort of make that work. Now he has, and I think it's really important.
That's also due to how much the org is going to back the coach as well. Like it's worth pointing out that Zonic is very much involved in the coach situation. I mean, in the organization, and the organization, the heads of the organization have given him the power to bench players, legitimately bench players, and so that's a factor that some teams just don't even consider. They don't have that hanging over their heads, the players, to keep them motivated and keep them working hard. For Astralis, Zonic can just roll and be like, Dupree, you're not DMing as much as you should be. You know, you're kind of dropping off. This is just an example, obviously, but you know, we're gonna replace you. We're gonna have you on the bench for a while and allow this other guy to step in, right? I mean,
yeah, if you're gonna have a coach, you should help them get to that level, because otherwise, the players, especially when they are sort of superstar players, they're just not going to listen, because why would they? They obviously feel like we've got a better grasp on the game, so I'm not going to listen to whatever you're saying. So yeah, that's an important feature of the game.
A day in the life of Starix.
Something like that. I think actually Starix has a... I think they would be incredibly silly not to listen to Starix, in my opinion. 10 rounds in, and the scoreline is 8-1, and Complexity are now in a lot of trouble. It was looking promising about 5 rounds in, because they had, you know, a low economy on the north side. They had everything going for them. Config holding an off angle down here by the stairwell, and is he going to hear them? He gets the spray on one and falls back. No damage taken. Goes for the re-engagement and nearly gets the triple. Android finally going to be able to reply.
I'll give Complexity one thing. We saw this exact strategy from them versus Astralis yesterday. To be frank, Astralis, they let this slide a little bit too much, but Complexity on the spacing, when they come around that corner, they're doing a very good job with it. They're making it difficult for Config to go for those re-peaks.
And for just a brief moment, they're actually equalizing in the score, but now MSL and Def come, MSL and Cajun coming in Def with the Def there, and it's going to lead Android alone 1 versus 3. Not really a winnable situation, so it's a bit of a shame, because they do get down there, and they get into the 3v3, even if it only lasts for a couple of seconds. And yet they can't
capitalize.
No, they can't really make anything out of it.
It's they're like fundamentals, right? Spacing, when you're coming around corners like that, your ability to trade in that very angle. Complexity are pretty good at it, actually. They seem to have it figured out. Nice shot there from Android. Catches MSL holding the angle in vents. That's going to allow for Android to try and pounce, but unfortunately for him, you already have a man alive on the site. And so, sure enough, there was a moment there. Magisk, was he trying to go for a knife or something?
I have no idea.
I'm wondering. When you're on a team with Config, maybe you know, kind of rubbed off on him a little bit.
I mean, Magisk was so furious at E-League when Config did that. Like, I talked to him right as he walked out, and he said he just shouted.
He was trying to go for it.
He was.
Red-handed, you hypocrite.
That is it. Busted live on stream, Magisk. He said I would have punched him if he tried to do that again. Like, he was just so angry. And there it is.
Sure enough, he tries to go for it himself. See?
In an elimination match, again, if North lose this game, they're out. Complexity, if they lose it, then they're out of the tournament. They line up for Config and Cajun, though, and actually somehow Cajun losing that fight to Surreal. That's a bit weird.
Config with the op as well. Why does Cajun not have the op? Now North are just goofing around.
Dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous thing to do, to be frank. Like, why are you guys messing around like this? Trying to change up your setup. You should be just getting this on lockdown, not even allowing Complexity the chance to breathe.
Yeah, this is where you want the coach to step in and say, cut it out and just close out this game. Mig is coming with a good kill, though, and Uber, 1 versus 3. Again, not really anything that can be done from this position. The bomb is out in the yard. He's got plenty of time, but he's going to throw his gun. It weighs too much.
Wait a second. Sorry about that. But there is a chance, like, sometimes players will do that to simulate the bomb sound. But then I was looking, okay, where's the bomb? And North were already sitting on the bomb, so... Right, that theory doesn't stand in that sort of situation.
Maybe it had jammed, and just like the audio, maybe it had jammed and he just thought, you know, it's not going to need this anyway. No, you can obviously audio figure it, and either way they can hear it drop, so, you know, maybe they thought he was going to be, you know, squeak or something. I don't think, when you're in a 1v3, there's no, like, right or wrong way to play anything. You just have to hope that something works out, so you can't really criticize that too much. But it did look funny. And that, well, I've got conflict with the auto sniper.
Okay, then. Is he going, he's going secret again, isn't he? Yeah, he is. So he's looking for that shot. There you go. Boop, boop. Def is down. And once again, they had the Molotovs this time as well, Complexity. They just hadn't pushed forward fast enough. They hadn't executed fast enough to stop anybody from peeking secret. The other question is, why isn't Surreal up there with the op at that point?
Yeah, we don't know. Surreal is waiting, but he's going to miss the opportunity. And Config, yeah, he shouldn't go for the repeat. Again, they feel like they're a bit giddy right now. They're really looking like a loose team here, North, that feel like they've already got this first half on lockdown, but there's no good reason to go and repeat that situation.
Config's positioning says it all, actually. It's really fun to watch because you can just see the arrogance. The fact that he's willing to go for an off-angle hold with a Scar 20, where he could very easily get rushed down. It's just like, yeah, okay. All right, Config. We're getting a little bit of a window into your mind right now.
30 seconds on the clock here. They can't really go hell because Cajun's there and waiting. Config down here, gonna flashbang out the window and then fall really far back. He's still worried about someone walking up behind him, but they are in fact all coming down from that same angle, except for Uber, who's waiting by Squeak, and that's a pretty important position right now. If he can get the timing down right, that's going to be huge. Cajun walking in and taking down Surreal. That's part of the defense gone. Desi next in line. Android going to get the shot, but the bomb is only just planted. They need more time. Android going to be going down to Cajun, Config. And now Uber coming in, getting the one, getting the next. That's a great double kill. Now it's a one-on-one. The smoke is up as well, but he can hear if that defuse comes through. He's walking right in, and he misses the spray by just a couple of inches. Cajun going to steal the round away. Complexity, they had the right idea, and they almost made that work.
So close. It's just that flash. You're not going to catch a veteran player like Cajun V with a flash like that, where he's going to hear it coming from a mile away. He's going to turn away and be ready for you to go for the rush. So, unfortunately, it doesn't pan out for Uber, but nice 2 kills to actually turn it into a 1v1. Forcing some of the money to get spent for North, but then I guess when you're starting the round with everybody above 10,000 North, you're not really too concerned about losing a few players.
No, they don't care about that anymore. They've got all the money they need right now for the rest of the half, which is almost at an end.
Nice HE. I like it. I would have definitely caught somebody in trophy. But yeah, they're playing that passively. I like it from Complexity.
It's very safe, right? Because if you go into the main angle and throw that grenade, if there's some guy on the other side with an AK shooting through, you could just get shot in the face, but no one can really hit him from that angle.
Here's a change of pace coming in from Complexity. Again, they're setting up, stacking up to go around that corner, but then Cajun B looking for the long lurk. Somehow, he gets all the way in behind them.
And doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I mean, that's...
Config should still be down there, though. No, it's not Config. Who is it? It's AZ? AZ is the one holding below vents. Okay.
Man, how did Config not get anything done there? Did someone from outside spot Config going down? Did they get the call just in the last second or something that he was on the stairwell? Because this looked really weird. 3 versus 4 at the moment, and the clock is ticking kind of low. I'm not really enjoying this too much right now for Complexity. They need to get on the site in time to actually be able to put that bomb down. Desi's the one who's got it picked up right now, but we've got 30 seconds, and he's now only just walking in towards the vent on the backside there. Desi goes down. AC gets a triple spray down. Maybe we can get a replay of that. They all must have lined up for him because that was just a couple of seconds there. And Uber now in a 1-on-2. 18 seconds left. They're going to exchange Molotovs, and I don't see any way out of this one. Again, they have the position. They could have made it work, but With 10 seconds here, you can't even get the bomb down anymore.
No, he's got to get the kill or save this op. He will get the shot, but there's no way. Unfortunately for him, nice little fight here from Uber. He does get 2 kills out of it, but there's just no chance in the round. 12-1 right now. The total lockdown coming in for North. And again, North only surviving with the 1 player. Clean spray. Very clean stuff from AZ.
Yeah, so this is where I have to say this. I love the replay as well, the X-ray, because the last kill in that spray, he just sees the top of someone's head, and with the X-ray on, that wouldn't have looked nearly as impressive. But now you see that that was actually pretty cool for AZ. 12-1 scoreline, and again, Config's out here. At least this time he doesn't have the SMG, and he's got some backup as well. Cajun behind him with the AWP, smoked off for a second, but not enough. Still going to get the kill on Desi, and now all of their attention is going to be on Cajun somewhere out in that yard.
Exactly. This is that 1-2 setup. Because Config is holding close. He knows that they're going to be there. Great nade. The Kobe from Cajun. He's even going to be able to set up for a little bit more if he wants. Config hot on their heels, though. He heard them running away. Oh, he gives away his position. That's unfortunate. But really, there should be no way for North to lose this round at this point. They've got a 2-man advantage. They still have the sights on lock. MSL's dropped Android, and MSL with the 2nd kill on Uber. And it's just the MSL show. Between Cajun and MSL, that was their round. That was their round, rather.
Oh, he's doing a great job himself. 13 kills, not that far behind Magus get 14, and Cajun at 17 and 4. 17-4 is a ratio for Cajun B, just doing a fantastic job right now. Moving into the last round of the half here, it's just a rough game for Complexity again.
Def just dropped off a cliff, though. He started strong at the beginning of the half, but
yeah,
still 3 kills for him.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of fallen off. 15th round, though, you're right. Last round of the half. Vegas going aggressive for some reason. There's Config to trade it, however, so they will be able to restore order somewhat North.
I mean, this is rough. I think it's just, again, this is the format, the way that we're playing this. You lose 2 maps and you're out. And if you're Complexity right now, given how it went last or yesterday on this very map against Astralis, you're going to feel like you didn't even get a chance to really do anything. It's really rough here for the American team. Android going to be going down. AZ lining up. Well, actually, yeah, he gets the 2nd kill on Desi, and that's going to be the first half. 14-1 in favor of North. I don't know how you could possibly come back from this situation. There was some... during the first 5 rounds, there was a chance, especially when they won the 5th round Complexity. If they had strung another round in there, if they'd won the 5th and the 6th, I think there would have been an eco situation for North, and Complexity could have started to get something rolling.
Right.
They didn't, and then they just proceeded to lose all of the rounds after that.
It was never, yeah, that's, and...
Like, that was that one moment, wasn't it? Like,
I think they had their 2nd chance when North started horsing around. Started messing around, you know, playing aggro, playing arrogant. You know, and that was Complexity's chance to catch them out, to punish North, and to get them to start playing a serious game again. But I just think that Complexity, they just don't have the tools. They don't have the tools to go up against a top-tier European team right now. So this is what's going to happen. Keep in mind, Complexity are a team that qualified for this tournament through the North American qualifier. But that was a close thing. And while here, we're seeing just how big of a gap there is right now between, you know, mid-tier NA and top-tier EU.
yeah, it's a real struggle, isn't it? They have been good in pistol rounds, so maybe that's where they can start to just gain a bit of ground, get some more rounds. And again, we sort of talked about this. It's about experience as well, playing at a big venue and playing at some top teams. You want as many rounds as you can that you can go back and look at and find out what worked and what didn't. If you only get one round one, that's not a lot of raw data to look at the end of it.
True. I mean, you're gonna figure out kind of like what doesn't work.
Yes. Isn't that like saying you learn more losing? So they're going to learn a lot, aren't they?
Uber's already backed off. Effective little push there from North to force him to change up position because it's going to be A where the action is happening. Desi, point blank, will pick up 2 kills. There we go. The follow-up on Cajun. And that's what we needed to see. Some raw aim coming in from Complexity. Closing the door on North.
Very, very good job here. It's going to be easy. Trapped in the corner. There's really no way out of this. They're not even going to wait for him. They're all just running him down. And it will be Android with the final kill. Good job on Complex. That seems to be their strength, and it's a pretty good starting point, at least. If you can win pistol rounds, you've got something to build on.
There we go. And I was just thinking as well, you know, where is Desi? When he was on iBuyPower, and he's really always been kind of like looked at as one of the better riflers, one of the better aimers, basically, in NA. And we really haven't seen anything from him so far this game. Or yesterday, even. Or yesterday, really, you know, kind of just wasn't really present, Desi. So good to see him step up in the pistol here. So they trade pistols, both teams having won the CT pistol.
Fairly aggressive Deagles out in the yard for North here. Not afraid to take the fight. In fact, it looks like Complexity are the ones that are running away, just not interested in getting one deek by anybody. And look at the map control that it's given the Danish side here.
Yeah, they have a lot of room to work with now. But this should be a situation where at least your man on Dogwalk, upper A, should be watching heaven. Especially now that you know that's, I mean, somebody peeked from main, it looks like, so MSL, they know that he's playing from there.
Def gonna line up a good couple of kills. Desi wants to be part of the action, and Magisk also taking a bit of damage there. Gonna get dropped by Uber. Desi looking for the final kill. It's not gonna be any problem at all. They don't lose a single player. Keep all 5 of the UMPs. And North, they didn't get a bomb plant in that first round, so they're not gonna be able to buy anything just yet.
Yeah, but they did play for Eco. Like that, I do like to see that, actually. It's a bit of a change. This time, instead of fully, you know, investing, everybody Kevlar, everybody spending all their money, they are playing for nades here in North. So even in the next round, they've got a hard eco here. They're going to be maximizing the next round. They're going to have as many nades as possible, the Molotovs, etc., to back up the AKs. And so North really wants to just close the door quick here on Complexity. And do they get that bomb plant? Oh, I think they're going to just barely get it down.
They're certainly down the vents. Quick MSL. No one's even realized, so this is a bit awkward. This is where you really wish that North had bought some better pistols than just the Glocks here, because then maybe they could make them pay for it. But Complexity should have a good chance of retaking this site without too much trouble.
Oh, yeah.
MSL down as well, but the smoke's up as well. And AZ running with a knife out, not going to help out either.
No, this is fantastic for North. When you're playing for money, and I mean, when you're trying to play around your economy with a focus on that so that you can get a very strong buy round in the 19th round, this is as good as it gets for North. Look at that. They're starting with like 5-6K. That's sick. You basically get to do what you want. MSL at this point, he all of his little playbook where they've pracked, they know what nades they need, all that, he gets to go through the whole playbook and say, right, this is what we're going to do, boys. Sick setup. Why is Magisk saving $1,000 though? Why is he not investing in 2 flashes or a Molotov? I don't understand. Magisk, what are you doing?
Wants to be special, I guess. You are right, though. He's going to bomb out that right away, and into the vents he's going. That's pretty good navigation there, even in the smoke. And Desi wants to go down and check and see what's up, and that might have been a mistake.
How sick is that? Clever stuff. Now he's in vents, and so he's stopped that rotate going down to the lower halls. And in the meantime, they're going for a very quick push secret north. So now they've really got access to that B site. They've got ways to push down there.
The auto sniper right away from Uber as well. It's really early on in the half here to pick that up. I mean, we saw how long it took before North started to get there, but they've invested everything.
But they are still lobby right now, North. Interesting. So they put AZ down lower very quickly, but they're still looking for access to ramp. 55 seconds left here. They're back to a 4-on-4. I'm kind of wondering what's going on here with North. Are they looking to eventually wind up on A? Magisk down in vents could be a real problem here for Complexity.
Or the timing. Magisk, is he going to turn around for it? It's very close. He fires out the vents. Now they know he's there. He should have been going down already, but somehow he makes out the ladder. He doesn't even realize there's a guy behind him, and it's a 3-on-3. 30 seconds left. They could have missed their timing here. Def, he's finally out of the vent, and he's going to get the kill on Magisk. That's very important. It could have been tricky otherwise. Config and Cajun are left, and again, Complexity, they're right at the edge of being knocked out of the tournament here. They just need to lose 2 more rounds, and they won't have a chance any longer. Bomb is ticking, and Complexity obviously setting up for the retake here. It's Cajun and Config. Bit of a weird position. They can't easily help each other out, but they're going to get a kill. Each leaves Surreal. 1 versus 2. He gets 1 and goes taken out by Cajun. What a round for North there. It looked like that could have gone Complexity's way. Just 100 different other ways. If Magisk gets caught in the vent right away, then I don't know how they even get the bomb plant down.
Good stuff from Cajun. That's the second 1v1 he's managed to pick up. But I mean, it seems like just MSL with the mid rounds, because he was primed. They were setting up to go to ramp as well. So I'm wondering what kind of ticked MSL there to actually head back up towards that A site. It's obviously information coming in from Magisk, I suppose. Magisk and AZ who are working towards B. Just didn't want to deal with it. We're going to have a straight A rush this time around, and 2 kills picked up there by Desi. No, Android helping out. Chaos, basically.
Slight health advantage right now for Complexity, but only a pistol on Uber at the moment. Not exactly great. The bomb is not down yet. Config is he going to be able to pick it up and go to the B-bomb side? Not quite sure what he wants to do yet. Grenade going to bounce back. That could have been dangerous again if it hits him. He's definitely out of it, but they will get the bomb plant down. See if they can win it one more time in the 2v2 here.
Oh, timing. Config in the meantime is taking down Surreal. That was on Heaven. And so now Uber, there's the flash, turns away. Cajun just buying time, playing for time. Excellent work. He did take quite a bit of it here. There's no kit picked up here for Uber either, so he doesn't have a whole lot of time to work with. He still has to find Config on the site. Looking for the pre-fire, not going to find it. And Config, he's playing it perfectly. Now it's all about the bait. Just wait, run down the clock. Don't give him any time to play with here.
Oh, he's going to get the shot, but I'm not sure if there's quite enough time. He's going to be real close anyway. No defuse kit. Is he going to have it? Uber? I think it might just tick over in time, and that's going to be it. 16-4. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Again, they just didn't have the money. They had to try something, but without the defuse kit, that's what happens. And North are going to continue on. They'll play, obviously, in the best of 3 to decide if they move on in the group or get knocked out. We don't know who against yet. That's going to be decided later on. But that means Complexity are at the end. They're not going to make it further here at DreamHack Masters in Las Vegas.